What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Saturn, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our ruler here, the good old Moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void, of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be fantastic, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Cancer. Now, Cancer, I hope you're still enjoying this Moon in Leo, because with the Moon in Leo, this is just really a fun placement for the Moon. This is a time to just get in touch with your inner child. If we have any little ones or maybe work in child care, get down and just run around with them, or maybe play some Legos or whatever the kids are playing with nowadays there, Cancer. And just really get in touch with that just really fun and just carefree side of you. And also, this is a great time of just self-expression, because when you think about the Moon being in Leo, the dispositor is the Sun, and the Sun has to deal with our energy and self-expression. And this is a good time for any sort of hobbies that you've been wanting to maybe pick up, or any ways that you can express your creativity, Cancer. Work with this energy. It's beautiful. And then with the Moon, she's now into a waxing gibbous phase. And this is about clarifying your directions and your intentions, Cancer, because things are starting to pick up, because we're getting closer to that full Moon in Libra, which is going to be next week. And so this is, if you need to make any adjustments, or anything along those lines, this is a good time for clarifying any details and making any tweaks that you need to, Cancer. And then last couple things. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situation. And the decks that I'm working with, I'll include links for them all down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested, Cancer. But look at you, all refined and full of just culture. You got the 9th card of Tauruses here, which is the still card, like a what would you call this? Like a distill thing. You know what I'm talking about, Cancer. But with the still card, if not, you're gonna know in a second. It's a card of refinement, taste, culture, style, fine-tune, like we're doing in this phase. Concentrate, develops over time, purify, filter, draw out, infusion, spirits, alcohol, perfume, reduction, and cultivation. And, Cancer, I feel that every time we think about these cycles and stuff, this is what the energy is about. Really just refining any sort of self-improvement that you've wanted to make a part of your ritual, a part of your routine going on this journey. And this is a time, if we've noticed that we've maybe been kind of slacking on some areas, maybe if you got some real down packed, focus on these other areas that you may feel a little weaker in. And I get it, Cancer, it's one thing, it's like when we got a skill really down, we just want to utilize that one to the max and, not really focus on other areas that we're strong in. But Cancer, we want to be a well-rounded Cancerian, as full as the Moon. So take this cycle and the cycles going forward. Think of it as like that. You're distilling all of the things, that work for you, all the things that don't. And, you're really just getting yourself to this, just the highest vibration of you are, really purifying and drawing out all that wonderful energy that you have in you, Cancer. But let's get some tarot on this, because this is a dope card. I like this, Cancer. Oh, okay. There we go. Cancer. And I like that. 2 of stars, absolutely. Okay, we're keeping that one. Any more of these? Okay, done. All right, so we got the 2, ooh, Cancer. Okay, so how we can work with these energies here. We have the 2 of stars upright, and then you got the sun in reverse, Cancer. And you know, this is a dope thing to work on. This is a perfect way of how we can work with the energies. Because when you think about the sun is everything that brings us joy, brings us happiness, fulfillment, peace, just tranquility, just all of that, Cancer. Really just livens up this whole journey. And so, again, if there are areas that you want to that you feel need some sunshine, let's work on those energies. Let's find a way to help get those energies where they're working for us, Cancer. Because the more you cultivate these abilities that you have, and really fine tune them and get to just. I tell you, Cancer, you're really going to start bringing the sunlight, not even just in yourself, but for others as well. Because when you put in this work on you being the nurturers, you know, will be able to help, you know, bring that out in others. You know, when you go to be of service, Cancer. So that's just something to think about. You know, what ways can we add a little more light into our lives? You know, is it getting outside more, Cancer? Maybe getting a little more sun, you know, is it moving the body? Is it maybe cutting down? I'm just thinking with the alcohol, you know, maybe is it cutting down on toxins that we put in our body? You know, when it comes to alcohol, you know, I have my own kind of relationship with it. It's, you know, this is safe space, judgment-free zone here. But every now and again, it's nice to just sort of have just like, let the body just kind of detox for a little bit and just kind of be in its, you know what I'm saying, Cancer? Just like every now and again, you know, I'm just thinking with that as well, you know, taking, you know, I'm not saying that you need to do like a fast or anything along those lines, but maybe taking like a day a week and just having just like where we're just doing pure stuff for the body, you know, maybe making sure we're staying extra hydrated and eating really good foods and all type of stuff, Cancer. Let's see what else we got with this here. Interesting. We got wow, Cancer. Look at this. We got to work with these energies, Cancer, because not only did that just kind of dawned on me that, you know, we got the sun with the sun, but now here's Leo here. And this is in reverse, Cancer. Both of them are in reverse. And so are there areas that are, I feel like one, just kind of when I was talking about the alcohol again, you know, and this is bigger than just like alcohol. Are there any foods that, you know, that we've noticed that are kind of bringing our bodies down or that are affecting our energies as far as like for example, because like for me, I had noticed that for a while there, a while back, you know, I had worked midnights and I wasn't really a coffee drinker too much until then, and then coffee kind of ramped up there for a while, but I noticed after a while that I was just kind of caffeine sensitive. It would keep me up all night. You know, we had Gemini moon brain's already over, you know, working overtime, you know, cranking that even more. And it was just something that you pay attention to these signs where it's just like, oh, well, guess we got to switch to herbal. And that's fine. You know, if it's going to get you to where your energies are feeling well, where you're feeling strong, where you're feeling confident in yourself, it all works out in the end, Cancer. And so just making those little tweaks and stuff really helps your energies and all of this during the long run, because I mean, really, it's something that this when you're in harmony with yourself, it's dope, Cancer. More. All right, let's see what are going to be some challenges with this. And you know, Cancer, this could be too, you know, making time for just thinking with the, you know, these energies that popped out. some things that make you feel good too, Cancer, being able to, like we were talking about, expressing yourself and allowing that stuff to kind of come out, because if you keep that creativity and stuff inside you, it all just kind of builds up and it's just kind of sitting there. Allow that stuff to kind of filter out too, Cancer, and draw out that creativity and cultivate those skills as well. Who knows where those hobbies and things may take you. Just something, just a little something else to think about there. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. We got Queen of Swords, Five of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So some challenges, Cancer. I feel that it's with this Queen of Swords popping up. I feel that when we are focusing on these fine-tuning things and when we understand what's going down, Cancer, in the areas that we want to improve, just with this Five of Swords, one, making sure that we don't compare our how we improve to others, because how I navigate through life is going to be different than how Bill does it, than how Leo does it. It's going to be, it's all different. And sometimes I find if we're developing over time, that we can, if we see others that are maybe improving at a faster clip than we are, then sometimes that can discourage us and get us like, what are we doing that they're not doing? Or excuse me, what are we doing? Yeah, you know what I mean, Cancer. But, and then it gets us, we're all in our heads and it's just a lot. So just making sure that we're being compassionate to ourselves when we're working on these things. And then I also feel with this, Cancer, sometimes when we decide to make these adjustments, however this is looking, let's say, for example, if we decide to maybe cut back on alcohol, sometimes when we go to maybe talk with our old buddies, maybe if we're going with that scenario, that they may have some opinions about it. You're going in there like, hey guys, I'm just, this is where we're at, maybe instead of coming to the bar, maybe we can all hang out at my place, or maybe we can go to like the movies or go to like the park or whatever we could do. And if there's, if it's not met with any kind of support, maybe if it's met with pressure or anything along those lines, well, Cancer, you gotta, you're working on yourself, you're refining, you're raising your vibration, and that's nothing. It's not even like you're better than. It's just, this is just where you're at on your journey, and if that's not going to work for this crowd, then we'll talk again if our vibrations match up in the future. But sometimes it's them's the breaks, but it's okay. It's all part of the growing process. And then even if those spaces are made, or that are left vacant, new people and new energies are going to come in because you're attracting a different type of vibration now, Cancer. So just something to keep in mind. More. Oh, interesting. Ooh, all this air energy, Cancer. Oh, okay. All right, now we're getting grounded. I guess higher self heard me. But you got an interesting, both of them very childlike energy, Cancer. You got a couple pages here. You got the Page of Swords in reverse, and then you got the Page of Stars upright. And I feel like with this Page of Swords, Cancer, this is the doubt that I feel like what I was talking about. When we think about these improvements that we want to do, and if they don't match up with maybe where society's at, what our family feels, what our friends feels, whatever. But if we know that this is really doing our bodies well, and doing not even just our bodies, Cancer, our mind and our spirits as well, keeping that all in balance, then I feel with this Page of Stars coming here, follow that, Cancer, because you're manifesting your abundance. This is you're just getting started here. Look at all these stars that just when you just get. It's wonderful, Cancer, when you start on these trends and you really start making this stuff here routine, and here's the thing, Cancer. you know, it's like I say, even it doesn't matter if we're doing the same thing every lunar cycle, as long as you're just working on it until you get that thing down, until you feel like you're an expert, like you're a queen of swords. And then when that feels good, then you move on to the next thing. But there's no problem carrying things over from cycle to cycle, you know, or even seeing, because there are sometimes too, we get good at something and then we focus on another cycle and then we might slack here. It's, you know how we are, Cancer. We're just a cyclical sign, and it's just and it can feel like a lot, but really, Cancer, on the flip side of it, it's just a lot of fun. It keeps our journey exciting. It keeps it fresh, keeps it moving, because otherwise, you know, what are we doing? Life would be just kind of boring if it was just so predictable. We just sort of like, bam, that's it. So, just, you know, more. All right, let's get a little bit more advice from the sun. And Cancer, I hope you know how and really, you know I love how you sync up with the energies, but come on, this is fantastic. Sun and Leo, get out of here. Well, no, don't get out of here. Stay here, Cancer. Let's keep raising that vibration. Okay. I just, you have no idea how dope that is. Great way to start a Friday. Ooh, look at all this. Oh, yeah, okay. 9 of Wands, okay. More? All right, Cancer, I think we're all done with the tarot, but we got one more page here for the win. Oh, interesting, saw this earlier. But, so we got the Page of Wands here, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse, and then we have, oh, just so much energy, Cancer, and then we got the 9 of Wands, and that's a sick little finisher here. Let's switch back over. Because with this energy, Cancer, with the Page of Wands, I feel like this is saying, you know, go for it. Whatever this is, don't let anything get in your way of creativity, of growth, of learning a new side of yourself, you know, and seeing what that looks like, you know. Keep on persevering, Cancer, with this 9 of Wands, because the growth is going to be worth it, and it's going to be really your energy, because this card can also be, for me, it's just like, can be like tremendous energy, and I feel like that's what's getting ready to form when we start focusing on this stuff, Cancer, focusing on building up your strength, focusing on things that raise your vibration, that get you closer to this happiness here. And last thing, with the 7 of Wands, you know, don't let any sort of, you know, people otherwise, you know, that aren't trying to support you bring you down. Protect your energy, you know, now and always, and just be mindful of when we're going through this improvement. You know, it's, people are going to feel some kind of way about it, and that's fine, but how do you feel about it? Is this getting you to the sunshine here? And, you know, it may not make sense for others at this moment, but when they see how you've improved over time, and how you know, how much more energy you have, and how much more, you know, how vibrant you are, and just all of that, it'll all make sense, Cancer. And then, you know what? Then they'll be asking, how do I get a little bit of that sunshine, Cancer? Because that's what Leo energy does. That's where we don't have to try so hard to try to like convince others that what we're doing is right. You know, we just got to be in our energy and just shine bright, Cancer, and then everyone will be attracted to the sun. You don't got to work that hard. I'm with that. Good deal, Leo. That's a good, that's a confident way to end the Friday, Cancer. I'm with it. And I hope you are too. And you know, if something resonated with you, Cancer, give it a thumbs up. And share this, because this would be great to just raise that confidence, you know, that's, yeah, it would be fantastic. And I know that it would just help us all feel just so much better. I really, you know, I've been really feeling this for a while, that just like preventative maintenance, you know, whether, you know, just outside of just like, you know, what maybe like doctors' regimens and things, just like exercise and you know, yoga and, oh, you know, just like, you know, whole, you know, eating like, you know, good foods, and, you know, just not, this is going to be really important at this time, Cancer. So just, you know, let's get these nurturers nurturing themselves so that we can help nurture others, Cancer. You know, really get into our superpower. And then once you're done nurturing yourself, hit that subscribe button, and then hit that bell button if you want to get notified when I release videos each day. And then social media, I am on Insight Timer. I got some other stuff cooking up, but I'm finding I'm gonna need some assistance, and which is fine. Nature my problem. But when I got down packed, where I'm dropping pockets of sunshine is Insight Timer, and I created a group on there called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. It's a free app, Cancer, and got all kinds of meditation music, Zen stuff. It's actually really dope, and yeah, I created this group where it's just a place at the moment to just drop like positive affirmations. I put one in there every day. So if you need just like a little pick-me-up while you're on your self-improvement journey, or you gain any wisdom while you're on this thing, any sort of like, inspiring messages, whatever, Cancer, drop them in there. Just any way that we can show that we're just all in this together, and that, we're a team. This is a soul tribe. And again, that group is called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration, and it's on the app Insight Timer. So check that out, Cancer. Send a thanks for meditating with me. And hopefully as it grows, I want to do where we schedule different meditation times and just kind of all meditate together, just so zen. And then lastly, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your Mercury, your Venus, your Mars. Just check your chart, Cancer. You know how I feel about that. And then come on, check my channel, Alchemist 8. I do videos. I do weekly videos there. That's going to be the theme. And then I do a monthly video every time the sun shifts over to a new sign. So do little tweaks, but I feel like that's going to be the tone for a while, Cancer. Yeah, I'm trying to, I'm always changing stuff all the time, but I'm going to try to keep that feels right. So, but all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Interesting. You got the Judgment card in reverse here. And we'll talk about that in a second, because Cancer, you don't doubt yourself for a second. Absolutely. And then you got the Adorn card here in reverse. And, Cancer, with this Adorn card, I feel that, when we're kind of like talking about the alcohol, and just like when we think about change and self-improvement, I feel that sometimes when we go through these transitions and transformations, excuse me, that when we get back, if people haven't been along on this journey, when we kind of meet with new, or like maybe with like old friends or family, however that looks, they still have this old perception of you. They're used to you operating in a different frequency, and when you're raising that vibration, it can feel a little weird at first, and there's just like, oh, this is not how you used to operate, Cancer. What's going on here? That's kind of cool, but doesn't that get kind of, a lot? It gets us to this place where we doubt ourselves, Cancer, where it's just like, was this the right move? It's like, well, maybe if everybody's saying this, but again, Cancer, I feel like that's part of it. Trust your intuition. If this is telling you that this is leading you towards your sunshine, leading you towards your happiness, and you know what I mean, Cancer. This is something like where it's raising your vibration. We're talking about self-improvements here. And if you're noticing that, and if it's getting you there, then don't doubt that for a second, Cancer. Keep it moving. Keep that growth happening, because I tell you, it will, once you really start getting into your energy, embodying that full moon energy that you have, Cancer, everyone's going to wonder how they can also reflect that light so brilliantly. So I think I'm going to leave that there, Cancer. I'm with it. So you stay safe out there. And you keep eyes on the moon, because you know what? That's going to be you soon, Cancer, shining so bright, reflecting all this sunshine that you have inside of you. So let that sunshine, Cancer. I'm with it. What a lovely, happy Friday, Cancer. And I will catch you on the next one Monday.